for officials, some basketball lovers come around. Are you happy that this is really catching on and it's getting better and better year after year?
I'm excited. You know, we have also new sponsors as well. Masai has been like a big brother to me. Obviously, he's been in the basketball game, you know, longer than I have, and he's, you know, really been a good role model for me to follow. We've had FCMB has come on board to support us for the first time this year, so we're really excited about that. Better Africa Foundation and FIBA Africa Zone 3 with Colonel Sam leading that and really encouraging the next generation to step up into leadership. And that's really what it's all about, encouraging us to be better, to do better than they have, and they're giving us the stepping stones to do that. So I'm excited about, you know, the potential of Hope for Girls and this excitement around it and how people are, you know, coming together to support us.
Let me come back to you, Quint. What exactly are you going to be doing now till the end of the camp? I mean, to infuse all of that knowledge that you have within a few days, as much as you can, into these young girls.
It's hard to do in a few days.
How do you break it down and then transfer knowledge?
It's very hard to do because, you know, really change habits. You have to teach and then go back and go back. But it's hopefully I'll give them anything that from my experience, anything that can help them a little bit. And then if they work on it on their own and keep progressing, and hopefully Mo will invite me back, and maybe I'll come back next year and keep working with them. But I'm just trying to give them anything they can. I mean, they really do want to learn and they want to get better, and you can just see in their eyes that they're really driven to be the best players that they can. So they're fun to coach and fun to be around.
I know that some of the things that you do, I mean, from the previous camps that you've had, that I've attended, you have an all-star day where you bring the best players together.
You know as well.
I mean, I followed you for a few years now.
That hasn't
Tell us in details what are going to be doing this year. Is it the same?
Same concept.
And the time and the venue.
Saturday,
Tell us about it.
Saturday at NIS, we're going to be having our this Saturday, August 8th. We're going to be having our All-Star game from 10 to 12 at NIS Sports Hall in Surulere. Indoor, outdoor, depending on what goes on, but most likely outdoors because there's, you know, NIS on Saturday is great. You know, there's a great crowd and the girls will love the support. So we encourage everyone to come out and see what the girls are doing, seeing what we're up to. I know a lot of parents have been coming to me during the week anyway to talk about their daughters. So that's also a great opportunity to catch me before I go back to the U.S. to talk about that. So we're really excited. There's a lot of talent, like Coach Q said. It's going to be a great game, and I hope, Mr. Tony, you'll be bringing your daughters again. Mr. Tony has 2 daughters.
Yeah, I brought them the last time.
You brought them the last time. I still have those pictures. You should bring them again.
Okay, I'll try to do that. So what are you going to be doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow we have a full day. We're having we start at 8 o'clock in the morning with some drills with the girls. We're going to head off to Roe Park and do a clinic from 12 to 3. Again, if anyone has their daughter, I know kids are out of school, so if you want to bring your daughter tomorrow, meet us at Roe Park Yaba by 12 o'clock. Let's do some fun stuff with them there, and then we're going to come back to the stadium and finish up with the girls in the afternoon from 3 to 6.
Okay, let me wrap this up and ask you, where do you see Hope for Girls in some 4 or 5 years from now?
I get that question a lot, and it's funny because all I've been working on is sustaining and never being able to foresee the future or plan 2 or 3 years ahead, because every year I'm struggling to
just try to get enough to do it for the year.
Enough. But I think now that I'm seeing what kind of girls that we're bringing up and the leadership, I say in 4 or 5 years, I see a lot of the girls just taking it on and really growing it. And now that we have our second academy for the first time, we started that this year. It's there, I can actually look forward to growth and more academies all over Nigeria, more young girls becoming leaders and helping us run the program.
I know you must have worked with some Nigerians in the past as a coach in the U.S.
There are many Nigerians in the U.S.
Okay, a lot of Nigerians,
and they've been successful in basketball. We've had 3 Nigerians
that you've worked with.
That I've worked with.
Okay.
They were citizens of Great Britain, I think, but they were born in Nigeria. Next year, we're actually going to have one of the girls that came through Mo's program coming to our school.
So you've had wonderful experiences with Nigerians?
They've been great.
So tell me, why are you asking it like that? Why are you like...
Yeah, what do you think?
You should go around and watch some of our games as well.
I'm going to take him to the DSTV final on Sunday.
Enjoy some of our games.
Yeah, we'll take him.
All right.
I hope so.
So, Quinn, thank you so much for your time.
It's been a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, I know I'll see you again next year, Bolaji.
Mr. Tony.
Keep going.
Thank you, sir.
Don't be discouraged.
Never.
Keep shooting.
Not with channels always being supportive, so yes.
All right, so that's Bolaji. Always a pleasure to have her on Sports Tonight. And don't forget, Hope for Girls is up again. The camp is on again. Your girls are at home. Create time and enjoy some of these trainings that Queen Clark and Mobolaji Akiode is providing. And they're doing it for free.
Always for free.
Completely free. I mean, all right. So, thank you.
Thank you,
We'll see you again. We wish you the best with the project.
Thank you very much.
All right. We're going to be still talking a lot of basketball. This time, Femi Adefesa will be joining me. But apart from what Bolaji is doing, I'm also encouraged by what Masai Ujiri is also doing. Masai Ujiri is big in the NBA, but it creates time year in, year out to come to Nigeria and sometimes gets to Ghana and, of course, provide opportunities for young boys to also play the game and maybe also give them the platform to play at the highest level. So let's pause a little bit, listen to Masai Ujiri. We caught up with him earlier this week. When we return, Femi Adefesa will be joining me. There's still a lot of basketball to talk about on Sports Tonight. Join us again.
Teaching these kids is very important for me, giving the youth like an opportunity. I want to figure out a way where there's a way that we can have more facilities in this country. You know, like the camps are always going to be the camps. There's no big or small about basketball camps. They are basic. You know, like basketball camps about teaching kids the basic fundamentals of the game. And we want to continue to teach kids the basic life skills that they need, whether it's health awareness, whether it's how to be men, you know, like how to grow up being honest, how to grow up being on time, how to grow up being respectful, grow up trying to be a leader, being leaders in our different communities. So the camp is always going to stay consistent, in my opinion. There's no up or down. What we have to figure out is building facilities in this country. That's the next step.
All right, that's Masai Ujiri. Of course, this leads us to the next part of the show, Femi Adefesa. Femi, Masai is the GM of Toronto Raptors, yes, in the NBA.
Exactly, and he's vice president of basketball operations. So he owns a very big office. And,
in the NBA?
Yes, in the NBA, and of course...
And he's using it a lot to help Nigeria?
Absolutely.
Help Africa?
Absolutely. I think he's someone who has always had the goal of always giving back. He understood his roots. I remember he once featured for Nigeria, although not prominently, so most people don't know him, you know, as someone who actually played the game, you know, of basketball. But I remember he played in 97, I think Senegal 97 to be precise, as part of the team, and he had a couple of short stints. But he found out his calling very early, and knowing fully well that perhaps he won't be all that successful playing the game. So he decided to move to another venture, and look, it's just been as profitable.
These are pictures from the name of the camp is...
it has so many names. Yeah. It has so many names.
Yes.
It has Giants of Africa.
Giants of Africa.
They call it the Big Man Camp.
Yes.
And they call it the Top 50
Top 50.
Camp. Yes.
Everything rolled into one.
Exactly. So the idea is always, you know, bring a couple of kids together who are very tall, usually from 6'5" and above.
Big boys.
Yes. And at the end of the day, sometimes they flow to almost 70 kids. But at the end of the day, it's narrowing them down to 50 and working with those 50 boys. Everything they got there is free of charge. The apparels, they got shoes, they got socks. Those shoes are even the latest shoes you will find. So these boys are going on with everything you can think of. They go back to wherever they are coming from, full of pride, you know, and they can show all they got. And a lot of coaches, you know, coming from abroad. We saw Coach Jama Mahilela, who also has African roots, from Swaziland, but he works with the Toronto Raptors and basketball organization. And we have a whole couple of them too, also from the US, and a lot of our local coaches too. So the idea is not even just impacting on the kids. Our coaches from here too are also learning, you know, from the foreign coaches that come around from the US.
I mean, you could see this session, for example.
Exactly, you know, teaching
practical
the boys
session now.
Exactly what to do, you know, and it's not only just about your ability to move with the ball, your tactical awareness, what you're supposed to do when your defender is placed this way, you know, the right steps to take, you know, being especially aware of where you are on the court and what you are expected to do. At the same time, too, there's also mentorship, you know, also being talked about, you know, how to comport yourself, you know, what is expected of you, you know, in the society, and knowing fully well that, look, the game of basketball teaches you life. and which is the most tangible thing, you know, that you will take out